All right, Rodney Tull. First time being here. Welcome to the platform, man. It's good to have you.
Well, yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you, man. I've been seeing you for a while now on on Facebook. I've been following you for a few years now. You're doing a great job over there in Canada. You know, so I like what you're doing. You're doing a good thing.
All right, so let's jump right into your story, man. I see you posting too. I see you post a lot of stuff about the horses, but I also see you post a lot of stuff about your son. I think we can get into that a little bit later, but
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's gonna be a superstar, man.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. You know.
You being
Uh,
optimistic about that?
yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. He's a hard worker, so we'll see.
All right, cool, man. At least you're being honest about that, and that's
Yeah,
honesty goes a long way.
yeah. You got to be honest, man. You got to speak the truth at all times.
You're speaking about being honest, but in horse racing, this is a tough game to be honest in because the stories that I hear in horse racing, you hear the same thing too, or what?
Yeah, I heard. You know what? I've been around the game for so long. You hear all the stories. The cheaters and the fixers, and all of those things. You know what I mean? So I've heard stories, a lot of
Hmm.
stories.
All right, so let's jump right back into your story of horse racing. How long you been around the horses? Because I realize you're not a trainer. Do you own horses as well?
Back in the days, I had the opportunity, but after you get married, you know what happens, right? Your life
That's a whole
becomes
different ball game.
yeah, and then you got kids, right?
That's
So
right.
you know, so yeah, but for me, it started in Barbados. You know, going to the Garrison Savannah. As a young kid, 11 years old. That's where it started for me. I work here, well, here in America at Finger Lakes. I did like help out my buddy Charlie Baker. That's the only time I did any kind of work. Like when I'm on vacation, this is before I got married. I would go there and help out around the barn. Walk. I did a couple of walk. Walk a couple of horses and stuff. So that's about it.
And you say that so casually, Charlie Baker being your buddy. How long that buddyism go back to, man?
Man, that buddy business go back to I want to say 1993, probably 93, since
That's like
1993.
32 years ago. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh wow, man, that's a
yeah,
long time.
yeah, yeah.
Do you still hang around Finger Lakes?
Yeah, man, that's my stomping ground, you know what I mean? Yeah. I love Finger Lakes. I love Finger Lakes.
What's so special about Finger Lakes? Tell me.
What's so special, man? You, it's a small track. Everybody know everybody. There's not big fields. And the guys them back there, they're hard workers, you know what I'm saying? There's some really hardworking people back there. For me, I would have loved to see some Bajan over there, trainers and jockeys, but there's none. There's only, the only Caribbean people I know is, besides the Latinos is Jamaicans. There's no, I mean, way back in the day, Simon Husband, he was riding first call from a man Charlie, because he was the only Bajan that was there. I remember Chris Griffith used to come in and ride a few times, but then you go back. I wasn't around back then in the 70s, but they told me Venice Richards spent time at Finger Lakes.
Oh wow, man, I didn't realize he had all them stomping grounds too.
Yes, this older gentleman, knowing that I'm from Barbados way back, he said, "Yeah, man, we had Venice Richards. We used to ride at Finger Lakes back in the day." Yeah, yeah,
Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow, that's pretty cool and pretty exciting to hear as well. To be honest,
yeah.
um, no Finger Lakes. So what brought you to Finger Lakes? You live around close by?
Well, so I left Barbados in 1987. I came to live. My mom, sent for all of us. That's how we all got here.
That's
And came to live. My dad used to live in the Bronx, but my mom and her whole family live in Syracuse. So I moved to Syracuse, and I went to school in Syracuse, and then I went to the community college there. Then I transferred for my last 2 years to SUNY Brockport, which is just outside of Rochester, which is just outside of Finger Lakes. So what happened was I ended up gotten a job as a mailman, while I was in college, and then I ended up finding knowing about Finger Lakes. I would travel there. Me and my buddies from school, my college buddies, we would go there, and that's how my affiliation with Finger Lakes started out. And being friends with Charlie Baker, it helped me too. So it took me on a different playing field. So
and Charlie Baker. Like what's the significant thing about Charlie Baker? Because I see his name being thrown around here and there, around the races. I hear every now and then.
good
Can you
guy.
tell me a little bit more about him, just a little bit?
I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you this. Charlie started out as a nobody, nobody. Just as a regular hot walker guy, working with the horses. You know what I mean? He got a couple of horses. He started winning. He went on his own, and those were the glory days in Foss. You know what I mean? Those was the days we were cashing some, cashing a lot of tickets. Because nobody was betting him at that time. Nobody knew who Charlie Baker was. And he did his thing and started winning a lot of races, man. And this guy give a lot of people opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, going back to Simon Husband. Simon Husband was writing first call for Charlie back in the day. That's how I met Simon. I never knew Simon, but he was from Barbados, and Charlie always said, "I got this guy from, he's in New York, he's from Barbados." I said, "Well, give him a shot." You know what I mean? We have a good me and him have a great relationship. It's like a brother from another mother. Be honest with you.
Oh wow, man! Would you say that you helped influence Charlie
I
to
I
get
I I
Simon?
I I would say that I would have a lot. I'm not gonna say I have a lot because Charlie got to do what he got to do. But I think by me being from Barbados, that helps Simon too. I'm probably sure Simon would say the same thing too.
So
You know.
so you know Simon.
Yeah, I knew Simon, but I never knew Simon until he came to Finger Lakes.
Ah,
Yeah, I
I
know.
see.
Yeah, I know Simon and his wife and stuff. His son, he got a son in Barbados, Delano. I know his son too. Yeah, yeah. I haven't talked to Simon in a long time since he went
Yeah,
since he went back to Canada. We used to talk and WhatsApp me and whatever. But as you get older, things happen. You know what I mean? Even
yeah.
Simon Brunner, even Anthony Turkey. I knew Turkey. Patrick, I don't know Patrick. Turkey, I remember Turkey, but Turkey was Anthony and my older brother they all were friends back in Barbados, So, and I think I saw that he won a stakes race at Fort Erie today.
Who did?
Anthony Husbands.
That's right. I saw it in the results.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, man.
yeah, yeah. So I've been like I said, I've been around this game. You know what I mean, for a long time.
All right, man. So tell me a little bit about this game and what excites you. Is it the handicapping part, or the love for the horses, or just the thrill about the sport in general?
I think for me, I think for me personally, I love the horses, but handicapping, is one of my favorite things to do. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time doing a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading about horses and stuff. So, but handicapping, I'm well known as the mailman. Everybody always calling. My phone is always blowing up. Hey mailman, what do you got today? What do you like? I mean, I could tell you, I could tell you. There's so many people. and that just call me just to find out and information and stuff. Because I have a lot of connection. I have a lot of connections.
That's real cool. I got an older friend of mine, and they call him the professor.
Yeah,
A guy from Barbados too. He loves the handicapping. He loves the races. I mean, he's retired now, so he's just kind of like this is his glory
right,
time, right? So,
right.
so they call him professor. They call you the mailman.
Yeah, yeah,
You bringing
yeah.
in the checks, Rodney?
Yeah, you know what? People really hardly call me Rodney. Everybody call me the mailman. You know what I
Man,
mean? I mean,
damn.
it's certain people. I mean, besides my wife and kids and close, but most people knows me as the mailman. I go to Finger Lakes. That's all they call me. One of my Finger Lakes.
How did that name got to you, man? Is it from the job or from something else?
Well, you know what it was? I had a personal license plate, and my license plate was MAILMON. So that's how it stick. That's how everybody knew. And I had that license plate for like years till I think I had it from like 1993 till like 2000 and when I got married 2005 2006. My wife was like, "Well, you're not single no more. You don't need no vanity license plate." So yeah, I got rid of it.